it's the end of the week, so let's let off some steam. Yana here.
And Christina here.
And this is your PiMP Daily Dose for September 2nd, brought to you by Electronic Arts at GAMESCOM 2011. Our final look at the world's biggest gaming expo kicks off with the unique underground society MMO, The Secret World.
And we'll strap on the skates and take to the ice ahead of the release of NHL 12 next week.
The Secret World is set to shake up the MMO and RPG worlds with no classes, no levels, and a lifetime affiliation to just one faction. Missions take the place of levels, and classes are non-existent to create a free-form character progression where players can choose abilities at will. At the very beginning of this game, you must choose to join one of the 3 secret societies, the Illuminati, Dragons, or Templars. Once you join, that's it for life. The idea is that players really develop an affinity with their faction and come to hate their chosen enemies. However, all 3 factions must come together to fight off the rising darkness of the underworld. Mythology and urban legend also make up a large part of the story, in that every myth, every urban legend is true, and players will have the opportunity to take part in these conspiracies. PiMP TV spoke with Aussie designer Joel Bylas about this intriguing concept.
So we're going for really free-form character progression in this MMO, so we're talking no classes, no levels. Players can pick whatever abilities they want. They build decks of abilities, they place them on their bar, and they can choose what they want to be at any particular moment in the game.
Okay, so there's 3 factions, so it's like a 3-way fight, yet they come together. So how are they in combat with each other, and then how do they work together to fight this darkness, as it's called?
All right, so part of the storyline of the game is that it's set in the real world, modern day setting, and something has gone wrong and we're sort of moving towards an apocalypse. And these 3 secret societies who've been hiding behind the scenes and fighting against each other for generations have sort of started to recruit people to help them in the fight against the darkness which is rising. So that's how they work together. So in PvE, players can join up and fight together with each other. But in PvP, these guys are still trying to dominate the world, and they want to be the guys standing on the pile at the end of the day. So they're fighting each other in PvP all the time. So it's this conflict between the 3. Yep.
And you have to pick a faction, and you stick with that throughout your entire time in the game. Just tell us a bit about that too.
Yeah. So at the start of the game, you choose one of 3 factions: the Illuminati, the Templar, or the Dragon. And this sort of defines your play experience. You start in either New York if you're Illuminati, London if you're Templars, or Seoul, South Korea if you're one of the Dragon. And it sort of gives you access to different missions and paths through the game. And there's a storyline which follows the player all the way through.
At an exclusive EA sports party in the UK, PiMP TV got to experience the final product of NHL 12 firsthand, and just like FIFA, we think this year's title will be the best of the franchise so far. Using a similar engine to FIFA, EA has introduced the hat trick of features: anticipation AI, full contact physics, and dynamic goalies. It sounds like immediate spin, but these 3 core features really do result in fun, smarter hockey, but it's also easier than it has been in recent years to score goals, as goalies move and get bumped from the crease, opening up greater chances to score. You also notice that everything on and around the ice is live, from players reacting on the bench to the surrounding glass smashing to pieces. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see any glass shatter when we played, but this suggests to us that this is a rare occasion, making the impact more exciting when it does happen. This goes to show you that realism and authenticity are the key components of not only NHL but all EA sports titles this year. Whilst in the UK, PiMP TV sat down with NHL's line producers to get some more insight into the new features.
Well, our full contact physics engine is all about creating this open-ended gameplay where just anything can happen, and really just modeling what happens on the ice. Our goal every year is to be as authentic as possible. And so for us, we're really trying to move away from the canned animations and just have it so that whatever happened in the real world with real-world physics happens on the ice.
Rightio. So let's talk a little bit about it. The physics, the AI anticipation, and of course the goalies and all the stuff all the little things that spark off from there.
Yeah. So 3 big things for us this year: what we're calling our hat trick of gameplay innovation. So our anticipation AI, where the players can think for themselves; our full contact physics, where size and strength really matter with the physics; and then our dynamic goalies, where the goalies are live for the first time. You can bump them, you can nudge them, and they can fight. So anticipation AI is really exciting for us because in the past, NHL 11, for example, the players didn't know they were on offense until their teammates had the puck, and then they'd all change to an offensive state. That's not the way the best players in the world play. They anticipate their team is about to pick the puck up. They get themselves into a good scoring position or a good passing position to create scoring opportunities. So players like Ovechkin now will anticipate their teammates about to pick the puck up, put themselves in a great position, and go on from there. And the same thing defensively as well. Guys like a Zetterberg or a Datsuk, who are really smart defensive players, will anticipate where a pass is going to go, intercept it, and counterattack. So the anticipation eye really allows players to think for themselves. Both FIFA and us are both trying to really push the boundaries and raise the bar every single year. Yeah. So we work closely with the FIFA team. We talk about different ideas and the way things work, and some of our engineers have gone over to work on FIFA and vice versa. So the two of us really work closely together and really push each other to create the best game possible for both of us.
Right, yeah. Do you play each other on each other's platforms in the office?
There's some healthy competition every year, both both playing the game and in terms of Metacritic scores, and which game does the best. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so now a new feature is the Legends system. So tell us who's in there and what was the motivation to bring that into the game.
Yeah, so really excited about Legends in NHL 12. So it's the first time ever we're including Legends. It allows us and our fans out there to answer the age-old question of how the great players in the past would fare in today's NHL. Yeah. So we have players like Gretzky, Lemieux, Gordie Howe in there. Jeremy Roenick, Chris Chelios, Ray Bourque, Boris Salming, goalie as well with Patrick Waugh. Yeah. And you can play with those players in any one of our game modes, so whether it be Play Now or Hockey Ultimate Team, or put them into your Be a GM. And we also have our Be a Legend mode, where you can play with each of those players and play through their entire career and see if they do better or worse than they did in their career.
And that's your PiMP Daily Dose for September 2nd.
As with all of our interviews this week, you can watch the full uncut versions at the PiMP Joypod channel or at website www.pimp.tv.
Thanks for joining us, Pimps. We hope you've enjoyed our Gamescom coverage this week, all brought to you by the great guys at Electronic Arts.
See you again next week.